A huge debate in our society is about whether or not God exists. And I think this matters a great deal. But there's so much dogma around this word God, in large part due to the corruption of institutionalized religions, that it's hard to really have a debate on this because so many people are just talking about different things and looking at this in different ways. I think one way we can really focus on here when it comes to the philosophical aspect instead of the historical aspect of what happened in the past and what God did and the creation stories and the religions based on that, it really comes down to consciousness and the nature of reality. This is what really matters, and this is the crux of all the debate on what's really going on in general worldviews. Okay, and so one perspective on this is materialism or reductive physicalism. One of the main ideas here is that our world is fundamentally something material, made of matter, of which exists in itself, locally isolated, so causation can only happen by things coming into contact with each other through space and time, and that there is no fundamental organizing principle going on. There's no directed purpose to the universe. Everything is just happening through the programmed kind of laws within the universe, these programmed laws which don't have any inherent purpose of why they are. It just happens to be that way. And the consciousness just happened to come about. And the consciousness doesn't actually have any causal efficacy or effect in the universe at all because it's only just something produced in the brain and not actually a fundamental part of how the universe works. And so this view inherently is directly opposed from spirituality, because spirituality kind of deals with this idea that there is a bigger picture, there is a greater organization to the universe, and there is more to just what we are than these material beings. Okay, and so one way to oppose the materialism is to posit consciousness as fundamental. And one thing this says is that there's a lot of different kind of views on this, but one view would be to say that all matter and energy fundamentally come from the point beyond time and space, quantum vacuum, and is in constant communication with this point beyond time and space, connecting everything, allowing for this communication of all parts. This allows for this non-local signaling, communication beyond space and time. This allows for an inherent organizational principle to the universe, that there can be a directed purpose all coming from this point beyond space and time. And so this is a huge deal. So these two views are opposed from each other. Materialism, which is largely the idea of atheism and mainstream science, versus a view rooted in consciousness, a view rooted in this organization and this bigger picture to what the universe is. So we have this philosophical view, a different worldview, a different ontological perspective opposed from materialism. This is more the crux of the debate here. You can make this appeal without having to cite any religious text, without having to go towards a religious institution as an authority. This is more about the ontological, metaphysical debate, of which you don't really get if you're just stuck in arguing about God and religion. That's not the point. It's about materialism or spirituality. Because when you're stuck in that dogma, it gets a little confused. It doesn't really get us anywhere because the religions are corrupted, mainstream science is corrupted, and everything's just kind of put into place so you don't really get what's going on here. And that's why the key philosophical debate is always going to be important, so that you don't stay stuck in the boxes of thinking that our institutions want to place you in.